Okay, Sophie, this is your video feedback for the Advanced 3D Animation module. I've had a good look through this and I'd like to kind of talk you through it and give you a bit of feedback. Okay, so first of all, it's a good idea. You've chosen a good audio sequence there. I mean, we're talking about Lego. There's a vast array of things that you can do with that, and I think you've chosen to do something pretty decent. I mean, you're taking it fairly literally. You know, there's a huge stack of Lego. You talked about having instruction booklets, which you have here. You know, they appear in your scene. So let's kind of walk through the thing together. Let's have a look.
I think I'd like to take the enormous pile of Lego that has...
Okay, so these initial shots, this is good. It establishes the environment that we're dealing with. But some of the camera movement is a little bit sort of erratic. It's a little bit too sort of quick. I mean, when you're thinking about a natural camera move, think about what would be possible with your eyes. Let's say, how quickly could you get there? How smooth would the movement be? With this,
I think I'd like to
it's a
take
bit fast.
The
and it kind of flies across here.
Lego.
So like this move here is a little bit kind of aimless. Like, where's that going to? It kind of goes across there to then come back again. So you may as well just go straight to the Lego rather than going around and then down. Okay, so consider kind of reining in slightly the amount of camera movement, perhaps. Perhaps there's just a little bit too much there.
Enormous pile of Lego that has been accumulating in...
This is a nice bit of animation. I like the fact that the Lego kind of pulls away as one element, and then that one kind of just kind of topples down and joins it. That's a nice little roll there as it falls. It's good. It's a shame we've got this intersection going on here of this brick, and then this one intersects as well as it comes through, which you can see there. Shame about that, because it just detracts from the realism of the piece. Also, those pieces which are taken off in the background, and this piece here, they're too easily missed. You know, maybe choose a different coloured brick or something like that, or make more of the movement. You know, pull the camera back, see the lift, the takeoff maybe, or moving closer on it as it takes off, and then pull back for the kind of the arc as it moves across. Because otherwise they're a little bit lost. So similarly with that, it takes off, and then at this point we cut to a different view. So they're too easily missed, I think, those. It's a shame, because I think they show good range, or let's say variety in the kind of movement you're working with. It's a little bit more dynamic, this movement, as it kind of moves up and over the top. And then don't know where the camera's going there. You know, again, camera control is vitally important. The camera doesn't have to be moving. You could have stopped the camera, maybe a shot like this, or maybe pull back a little bit, and then have the animation take place in front. So, as a general rule, either have the things on screen moving or have the camera moving. Try not too often to have both things moving at once. In this instance, I think that would have worked better. Static camera, and then animated objects, or objects stay as they are and camera moves in closer. Either or. I don't think both work too well together. I think it's a good scene. It's a shame that the lighting hasn't got the shadows turned on, because I think some shadow underneath these tables, underneath these books here would have helped. And also, sold that to us a little bit better. This pile of bricks, the odd shadow falling across the bricks and things would have worked nicely. Again, with this booklet, a couple of images in there. Maybe find some online, or maybe scan your own Lego instruction manuals or something, and map them onto there. Would have been relatively easily achieved. I'm glad you've had a go at doing that page turn. Unfortunately, it's kind of a little bit lost. I think it's to do with the angle you're at, and the kind of the texture map that's on there. I think is one-sided. So you need to have like a two-sided texture to be able to see the rear of that page. Yeah, the other elements are actually pretty well modelled. These bricks work well. The tabletop texture looks good. These very slight specularity on there just sell that to be like a real kind of a polished sort of a wood. So that functions pretty well. Okay, so overall I think it's a fairly decent module's worth of work. I just think more controlled camera work, a little bit more animation of things, a little bit more ambition in the animation of things, let's say, would have worked better for this sequence. That said, there's some good merit in there. You know, some of the texture mapping is good. The attempt at this kind of page turn here is good. The modelling works reasonably well. Just, I think, mainly let down by the use of the camera. I think what's there and he's animated is okay, but the camera not quite pointing in the right direction at certain times. So remember the staging principle. Principles of animation, the staging principle is about how you correctly stage, how you correctly show off the work that you've done. So have another look at the 12 principles of animation, see how those may have improved things. But thanks for your submission. Thank you for that.